What's up guys, this is your boy, the average gamer 92 here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile. And in this video, we are going to look at the possibly new artifacts that are going to come in with the Constantine Solar Ray, John Constantine, right? Yep, this new Solar Ray that's going to come into the picture today. And these are leaks, by the way, so, just, kind of take it with a pinch of salt. But let's get started here, and shout out to Hero for, giving us these images, and I would have a link for the Destiny server in my description as well. So let's jump into the first one, and this is T1 level, which is like T1 is the lowest level of the artifact, so you get the lowest amount of attack from this artifact. So let's look at the first one here. This is called Frankincense Lamp. So whatever value you see over here, this is like 40% is going to be at the maximum level, that is 40% damage for special 1, special 2 and special 3. That is at level 10. And the next part of the the passive of the artifact is 30%, that is 10% chance to generate 0.5 power on attacks, on basic and swipe attacks. Meh, that's just me. For me, it's not a huge deal. And then you have special abilities damage bonus as well, and additional power bar is just kind of repeated. It's the same thing. I don't think this is a good artifact. First of all, it's giving a low attack stat, as well as I don't think special ability damage getting increased is going to be that much helpful here, because most of the characters that do high amount of damage don't rely on the special abilities in the first place. So let's look at the next one. Dispels one negative effect from the wearer on successful special, with chance of that increasing by 10% for each spent power bar. I mean, like guide needle. So it dispels negative effect from the wearer. So until and unless they introduce in the Solar Raid a lot of negative effect inflicting bosses, then this again artifact is just going to be useless unless they do that. If they do that, only then this artifact is going to be useful, and given the fact that also this artifact is going to give you the lesser amount of attack. So let's look at the next one here. So we have Infernal Guitar. 70%, 30% chance to tag out opponent with successful dashback attacks. So your boss in raids is not going to tag out until unless they introduce clones into the picture with the new Solo Raid. So this part of the passive is not going to be useful at all in solo raids. Even in league raids, it's not going to be useful. So opponent gets burned after tagging, which is a good thing, because if they get burned, their defense is going to be halved. But this artifact, because it's again a T1 level artifact, it's not going to be useful at all. So let's look at the next one. We have Soul Token. Each next special ability deals a percentage damage, dispels after the wearer's tag out. So this is still good, because what did I say? Did I say because? Yeah, so each next special ability deals additional damage, stacking up to 300%. This is a good thing, because I think the character that comes to my mind is Silver Banshee, which is going to be able to do a good amount of damage, because she usually does good amount of damage with the special ability. But then again, Silver Banshee is not the topmost character that's going to do the majority of the damage in solo raids. So given the fact that it's not the best scenario to have on a character that is Silver Banshee, but it is still better than the other three that we have seen. Soul Token is still a bit better. The wearer gets incoming damage reduced basically for each next special ability before tag out. So this is again a good thing, but it's not going to be that useful in solo raid. So let's jump into the next one. Protecting Necklace. Now this is a T2 level artifact, which means you're going to get a medium level of the attack and the health bonus, that is 20,000 attack bonus and 64,000 health bonus at level 10. So let's look at the first one, which is the Protecting Necklace. What does it do? It has dot, stun and critical hit resistance on wearers tag in and tag out stacks up to 30. So it has resistance basically. So it's not an offensive one. For each 5 to 10 stacks the wearer against 1 power bar gets an additional stack on 4 stack ins and 4 stack outs. So it's basically again like with this particular artifact, you'll have to just tag in, tag out, and just that kind of just increases resistance. And honestly speaking, resistance is useful only if you're constantly getting attacked, but in most of the solo raids, most of the bosses that would be there, you won't be getting constantly attacked by the boss, and as a result this artifact is just rendered useless, completely useless. Let's look at the next one. Spear of Destiny. Successful special abilities inflict dots for 10 seconds. Now we are talking, which deals 30% damage of the wearer's attack stat for each combo meter. 12% at base, that is 12% at level 1, 30% at level 10, that's what I understand here, stacks up to 900%. Guys, what I can understand is if you have a level 10 Spear of Destiny and you do a 30 hit combo, then you're gonna, stack up to 900% damage and inflict the dot for 10 seconds, which is gonna be incredibly high amount of dot, guys, because I think, as far as I can recall, the Beta Club stacks up to 500%, but I just need to recall whether it's from the attack or the damage. But I remember Beta Club doing some 500%. So Spear of Destiny is gonna be a good destiny out there. It looks to be a very good destiny out there. Let's look at the next part of the passive. 60%, 33% fast attack chance on dot affected opponents. Ignores opponents' dot immunity. Guys, I believe this is gonna be the next Beta Club into the picture. This is gonna be the next Beta Club. It looks to be the next Beta Club. Don't know how it's gonna be implemented, whether it's gonna be completely bad, whether my interpretation of this, that, like after doing a 38 combo, you're able to do 900% damage, does it work or not? It's a question. It's a question. Once it comes into the game, only then we will be able to understand. But on paper, this looks a dope artifact, guys. This definitely looks a dope artifact. Let's look at the next one here. The next one is after successful special. What is it called, by the way? Grimorium Verum. All right, interesting name. After successful specials, the wearer receives an ancient rune for 30, that is 12 seconds at base, 30 seconds at level 10. That increases attack by 70% and power generation, max 3 runes. On wearer stag out, each rune explodes and deals 300% damage of the wearer's attack stat to the opponent. Power generation after rune explosion stacks up to 80%. So what basically it's doing is increasing attack and the amount of damage it's doing while tag out. So most of the time you want the the damage dealer to be in the game, but yeah, occasional tag out is fine. So I think this artifact is still good, but it doesn't seem as OP as the other artifact Spear of Destiny. Here you can see, like, at base level 25% max 3 runes. I hope it's gonna remain throughout the battle, so you get additionally 75% attack, which is not great. Definitely that's not great. But if it was 75% attack of the total attack stat of the team, then it would have been awesome. But I don't think that's going to take place. It's going to be 75% of the base attack, which is usually what happens with all these artifacts. So this is a good artifact. Not the best out there. Something different, definitely, for sure. Let's look at the next one. This is called Pandora's Box. Each 9... So this is kind of decreasing. So each 9 successful basic and swipe attacks spawns hazard that deals 250% hazard dot of the wearer's attack stat for 10 seconds. This is definitely a good thing. So this is kind of, I would say, like a semi kind of Beta Club. This doesn't look that OP, but it's still gonna give hazard dot. Friendly hazard save the wearer's combo meter from interruption and increases fast attack chance by 60% and fast attack damage by 300%. Oh, man, this is good. This second part of the passive is definitely very good. So this is going to be also an OP artifact, I believe, and this is T2 level. So I think this is going to be still strong. 9 successful basic and swipe attack spawns hazard that deals, hazard dot of the wearer attack stat. So it's going to be interesting if the hazards dot, the hazard dots that are there, they kind of add up. Then there's going to be a lot of hazard and dot damage. So let's move on to the next one here, and these are the last artifacts. So this is the T3 level, which is going to give you the highest attack stat as well as the health. So the first one is called Moonblade. Recover 3% health for each successful basic and swipe attack. On full health bar, the wearer receives a buff which gives 70% chance unblockable on basic and swipe attacks. Alright, on full health bar, so it receives a buff. Interesting. Plus 1% attack until the end of the battle each time when healing above max health. Stacks up to 5. So at only 5% attack. If it's just 5% attack, man, it is gonna be ridiculous if it's just 5% attack. Healing from artifact cannot be disabled. That's a good thing because, like for example, Black Manta disables healing. And there are some bosses which have the null field modifier where you cannot heal. So in that cases, the Moonblade would work well for healing back. But... what I see over here from a damage perspective, it's not going to give a lot of damage. And I think this is what kind of caused the issue with Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd as well, where Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd is healing all the time. maybe it's just a the passive of Batman Ninja Golagorod, which triggers after a certain percentage of health drop, got combined with this part of the code where they're healing from Moonblade, and it's a mess from the code perspective from what they did. That is what NRS did over here. So let's look into the next blade, and next blade, yes, and the next artifact, that is called Twin Blade, which is supposed to be free. So 80% chance to armor pierce with basic and swipe attacks. Dude, I mean, you have an armor pierce chance as a talent, which is possible. And if you have a 7-star character, if you just have, 4 of the talents at epic level with armor pierce, although it does take time, you're gonna have 96% armor pierce chance. Why is it even 80%? It should be 100%, and that too, this doesn't look that good. Additional 300% damage for armor pierce, basic, and swipe attacks. That's okay, but it's not going to inflict dot. So from the amount of damage perspective, just it's like you're using Heartbreaker Harley Quinn and doing a stun, that is the stun with the SP2, and then you're doing basic hits. That's just what's happening, guys. That's just what's happening, and that, let me tell you guys, that doesn't do a lot of damage. That definitely does undo a lot of damage. But this is gonna be pretty useful on Heartbreaker Harley Quinn when paired with Entangling Poison Ivy, which is the ideal case there. And there you would see, like, most of the time you would get an armor pierce, because as it is, all the builds that you have, guys, are having armor pierce. On top of that, I think this would be working on top of that, and you would get additional armor pierce chance. And then basically every hit of yours is going to be armor pierce and doing additional 300% damage, which is like, without the stun you're doing that damage, and with the stun it's going to be probably added up, which is going to be 600% additional damage, and that's going to be bonkers, guys. That's gonna be bonkers. I definitely want to check it out if I get this, because obviously I will get this. This is free, and with this on Heartbreaker Harley Quinn with Raven and Entangling Poison Ivy, it's gonna be bonkers, guys. It is definitely gonna be bonkers. Additional damage for armor pierce, basic, and swipe attack splits between the target and tagged out opponents doesn't matter. Armor pierce attacks destroy all active shields and barriers. This doesn't matter as well in solo raids. Ideally, this doesn't matter. So, a lot of artifacts. Definitely the artifacts that I liked is Twin Blade. I do like Twin Blade as well because of this additional 300% damage working pretty well. It would work pretty well with Heartbreaker Harley Quinn from what I can see. And definitely the Spear of Destiny is going to change the destiny of Injustice 2 Mobile, and that's what I believe. And definitely for that, just check out Destiny's server. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already. This is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 over here, signing off to my own destiny. Thanks for watching.